Welcome, Sagittarius, to your reading. This is a general reading for the sign of Sagittarius, sun, moon, rising, or any other planet in the sign of Sagittarius for the dates of October 21st through November 20th, 2017. That's a lot. Okay. Here's your general energy for this time period, month-long time period. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a sense from you probably of feeling ready to be on the move, or ready to be moving forward with some ideas. You feel physically prepared, mentally ready, that kind of thing, ready to kind of work with others, cooperate, and that kind of thing. But something is getting in your way. And this element, whatever it is, whether it's in your environment itself, people that you're dealing with, or something like that, could also be part of your own psyche. But something about this interruptive or element that's preventing you from kind of doing what you want to do, or doing what you feel you need to do, or something like that, is a very not a very structural element, something with not a lot of direction, something that's really kind of just like loosey-goosey, flowing around, not really cohesive kind of thing. And I'm getting the feeling that it's like you're there and you're stable and solid, but you're having a difficult time grabbing onto anything else that's like really makes sense, or something like that. Like there's something that's not really making sense, and it's causing some anxiety, some fear. I'm getting the idea that it could be sort of like almost nightmarish for some of you if you're feeling this really intense lack of control, and an intense lack of specifically, I am getting that it's within your environment, or your environment itself, that's not allowing you to fulfill what you feel you could be fulfilling, right? Because it kind of won't work with you. It's not going anywhere. It's just kind of doing what it wants to do, or moving here or there. It's very like wishy-washy, like I said, not very active, and that's frustrating, causing some frustrations, and causing things to not come together as you would want them to, right? And again, as you feel that you would be able to put them together. So yeah, there's a little bit of a feeling of a lack of control over your environment, and specifically that it's quite interruptive and can be a little bit scary, maybe, for you guys. This sort of a lack of stability from anything else going on. So yeah, I'll pick these up, put some cards down, come back with some advice about this, and hopefully be able to help you guys out. So, okay, I'll be right back. Okay, Sagittarius, I'm back with your advice, and I only pulled one card for you guys, which is interesting, but it's literally just the fear card itself, both right side up and reverse, which is a faith card. So I just thought that I would talk about it for a minute, and sort of talk about its energy in relation to just the concept of fear, right? And how we deal with that, or how we can deal with that. So the idea of this card is that it exists as sort of the idea of faith exists as sort of an antidote to fear, almost, as far as having faith in not only just having faith that things are going to work out, things are going to turn around, and that kind of thing. It can be that. Also having faith in yourself to be able to deal with certain circumstances, to be able to deal with work through certain circumstances, keep your head above water while certain things pass by, right? Things that you can't control, or maybe still being able to move through that and be productive through that and that kind of thing. But it can have to do with having faith in a spiritual sense also, if you want to look at it that way. Let me think. What was I just going to say? I feel like there was something I was just going to say. The heck is it? Great. What the heck was I going to say? Fuck. Watch me not even be recording right now. God damn it. Shit. Literally, what was I just going to say? Oh, now I remember. Okay. It's also faith in the sense of having the sort of knowledge, I guess, that you cannot have ultimate control because you cannot fully see the future and see every aspect of what's going on, right? And because you don't have, ultimate all-knowing vision of everything, that you cannot micromanage everything. And so in that sense, you do kind of have to leave a certain amount of things up to just pure faith, right? Hoping they work out the way that you want them to and that kind of thing. Even if you are doing a lot also to help that out, right? There's always elements that you can't control and whatnot, and those are always there, and they're always going to be there. And that too, that sometimes things work out better in ways that you didn't anticipate, right? Sometimes if you can just relax into the wave sort of thing, it might take you somewhere where you wouldn't have brought yourself, and it's really a cool place to be that you want to be in, right? So not only can you not have ultimate control, but it probably wouldn't be very exciting or cool or interesting or progressive, right, to have ultimate control, because then that's sort of leaving everything up to yourself and your own conscious mind and that kind of thing. Boring. And then also that you don't have to have that ultimate control. And then that there's a sort of a practical sense to this card also, which is that you want to kind of focus on fully just the concept of relaxing, right? Despite the fact that you may not have as much control over things as you want, or things might not be working out perfectly. You want to be able to just breathe through those things and try to relax as much as you can. Do things that are relaxing, that do help sort of soothe you a little bit, right? Just to be a little bit, things that are the antithesis of being high strung or whatever, you know what I mean? Engage in relaxing activities and things like that, things that are for leisure specifically, right? That are not so hyper focused on doing something all the time or creating something all the time, or unless it's like in a leisurely way, right? Something purely like for the fun of it, and because it makes you feel relaxed and makes you feel not so anxious and not so wound up in things you can't control, and thinking about all these things, thinking about all these like different little like maybe mistakes or like ways things could have gotten better. Obviously those things are good to think about sometimes, you know what I mean? You want to be analytical with things, but you also want to be able to shift some of that like intellectual heady sort of energy more into your gut region, or your area that is going, like acting from your gut, right? Acting from your instinct kind of thing. You want to make sure to remain sort of in touch with your sort of spontaneous side, and the side of you that doesn't have to be hyper controlling and that kind of thing. to embrace that and move into that, and then you can kind of revisit some of the analysis and that kind of thing that you were doing before, right? But from a more centered, calmer, less sort of like neurotic and strung out kind of way, right? You want to come at it with fresh eyes and a sense of stability, right? Not being just so nervous and neurotic, because that's not really helpful, and it's not healthy either. So yeah, I hope that helps. One single card, but I guess it was appropriate. So yes, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.